houses remember, and if you listen closely, they whisper their secrets to those brave or foolish enough to enter. A forgotten dare. It all began with a dare. Claire and her friends had spent countless nights sharing ghost stories, but tonight, the stakes were different. Someone dared her to enter the old Whitmore House, the place no one in their small town talked about after dark. The house had been abandoned for decades, its windows broken like blind eyes and ivy strangling its walls. Yet something about it still felt alive. Under the pale glow of a full moon, Claire pushed open the warped front door. It groaned like a dying thing. The air inside was stale, thick with dust and something else. A presence in the dark. Claire's flashlight flickered as she stepped into the main hallway. Rotting wallpaper peeled off the walls in jagged strips, and every floorboard she touched moaned underfoot. She whispered to herself, "Just 5 minutes, in and out." But the silence in the house wasn't empty. It pressed against her ears like a held breath, waiting to exhale. As she moved deeper in, the shadows seemed to shift. Then, from somewhere above, a faint tap, 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 footsteps. Claire's heart skipped. She was supposed to be alone. The locked room. She climbed the rickety staircase, her flashlight beam dancing along the faded walls. It led her to a door at the end of the hall. Unlike the others, this one was pristine. No rot, no decay. Just a perfect white door, locked tight. Tap, tap, tap. The sound was behind her now. She spun around. The hallway was empty, but the air had changed. It was colder. A whisper, faint but unmistakable, slithered through the dark. "Help me." Her breath caught. The whisper came from inside the locked room. The hidden key. Something cold brushed her hand. She looked down. A key lay on the dusty floor, as though it had been waiting for her. Fingers trembling, she picked it up and turned it in the lock. The door creaked open. The room beyond was a child's bedroom, untouched by time. A rocking chair moved gently on its own. On the bed sat a porcelain doll, its glass eyes cracked. The whisper came again. "Help me." The reflection. Claire turned to leave, but the door slammed shut. Her flashlight died, plunging the room into darkness. The only light came from a cracked mirror above the dresser. In the mirror's reflection, she saw herself, but she wasn't alone. A little girl with hollow eyes and a stitched mouth stood behind her, whispering even though her lips didn't move. "Help me, or take my place." The choice. Claire screamed and pounded on the door, but it wouldn't budge. The whispers grew louder, more desperate. The reflection in the mirror shifted. The girl was gone, and now Claire's own eyes looked hollow. Her mouth began to stitch itself shut. The last thing she saw before the darkness claimed her was her reflection, trapped inside the mirror. The new whisper. The next morning, Claire's friends found the Whitmore house empty. No sign of Claire, just a porcelain doll sitting in the rocking chair and a dusty mirror reflecting more than it should. And if you stand in that room, the doll might whisper to you, "Help me." But be careful. The whisper might be your last. They say houses remember, and sometimes they keep secrets forever.